Hey, what's up? Oh, thank you. I forgot I was wearing this one. Shit. So much for being low profile. I'm on low profile for a long time, but I just don't care anymore. I don't. I'm so, I don't know if it happens to everybody or if it just takes something happening to you, but I assume that everybody eventually gets there. It just, in my head, like I was saying earlier, I shouldn't make assumptions, but I assume that most people get there later in life where they're like over it and worn out and don't care and just like whatever, man. I had so many problems. Like, give me a break. I try so hard to be a decent person. I don't do the shit that I used to do. No, it's a completely different story. So whatever. This point in life, it's like I don't think so. Was it like offensive? I look fucked, man. Um, Much better. So it was the router. I had to reset it, and that happens sometimes. I just wasn't getting any other signs of it because usually when I have problems, it's with YouTube, like listening to music, and the audio through my headphones was working just fine. So I was thinking, like, maybe it's just like the video part of YouTube. Is this loud enough? The thing is, like, I was gonna make a separate video for this, but like, my life is just so fucked beyond even what I understand, and so I'm gonna make a video for this specifically because I know not everybody watches live streams, but I've already made two new channels, and why? Okay, so I understand that not everybody wants to know everything about my life, and this channel is kind of like a bunch of everything. So I made two separate channels and made one for just doing music, and then I made another one just to document my medical journey. And I don't have any videos up yet, but I figure, like, this is it's just so fucked up that I just have to tell my story. That's it. I don't want to, but so I'm gonna document as much as I can on that channel, and the other one just make some music. Try to stay busy with music mostly and stupid stuff for this channel, whatever. But maybe one channel for streaming, because like I just don't know. I don't want to waste people's time because there are so many channels that I subscribe to because I like their videos. But I don't want to watch their live streams. And then I'd get notifications, and the person's like live streaming every day, and I'm like, "Fuck, man, this is annoying. This person is like so attention seeking," and I started realizing things about myself, and it's kind of like hard to accept sometimes. So I tried to back off. I took my break, tried to think about my life and what I'm doing, and I have no clue. I don't think I ever have. Somewhat, but right now, like, I can't think much. I'm very disorganized and frantic, trying to get things done around the house. And I tried putting off my medication as long as possible because it makes me drowsy. I have one medication that keeps me from being drowsy, and then another one that makes me drowsy. So I try to make the timing of them right, but I need all of them. And I think in my head I can set this up to where I'm taking them at the right time where they're most effective. And if I don't need this, I think like I don't want to take something if I don't have to. That's my mindset. Even though it says take 4 times daily, I'm like, I was raised with this idea of like drugs are bad, as they are, and I don't want to take more than necessary. But I tell my doctor, sometimes I need all 4 pills, and more than that. He's like, that's fine, but you gotta take it every day. You gotta take it. You gotta take it every day. And I realized that with some other medications as well. I didn't. I told them like I don't want to take it if I don't have to, because I hold what you call cognitive dissonance. Like I guess two uh, beliefs that are like against each other. Like for example, I like drugs, but I think drugs are bad. Like so, I don't want to do them. So it's like that push pull type thing, stuff like that. So I tell them like I don't want to take it if I know I need it, but I try to reason with myself and say like I don't think I need this right now. Like yeah, I don't want to get addicted to something else. That's it. Even though I tell them like I'm not worried about addiction. Like I've been there, and I am. I am. I just you don't want to be depressed or anxious or whatever's wrong with you. You just think about the good side of things. I think that's my problem in life. I run on hope, and trust. And it doesn't work like that. Oh god. Yeah, the stream looks fine now. Oh well, thank you. I appreciate it. Um, it sucks because I don't want to be known as that person because I felt like my career was just pretty much just starting and things were going well for me and I never ever expected this. It just never ever crossed my mind, and now I'm just like, no, whatever. I think nonstop, nonstop. My goal is to not think. So I would say blast music because I don't play it as loud as I used to, but I play music all day and I sit here with the guitar all day. And I'm convinced this is what has caused my shoulder problems because I try to run away from my problems with distractions. And it does work uh, to an extent, but I always get in the thought loop every day where I understand what I'm missing out on and it fucks me up. It fucks me up that I'm in this situation and I don't know. I don't want to get on here and be really negative, but it's hard not to because I feel like I need somebody I can talk to, and I don't want to talk about these things. They're so difficult, but I understand that I have to at this point because I don't have any help. I don't have. I have to seek help because I can't make this happen. I can't make this happen on my own. I don't know if I can make it happen. I don't know. But to even like I said, this has been going for 4 years, and to just keep hope up that things are gonna get fixed or I'll be approved for Medicaid. It's like, or I don't like. I just why should I have to settle on just this guy? Like I want to go to multiple multiple surgeons and get multiple opinions by doing exams under anesthesia, and I expect just the exams to cost tens of thousands of dollars because I get one chance to do this, if that. I've been told this by basically two people. She did the last one that I recorded for you guys. I didn't really do it for you guys, I did it for myself, or at least it to you guys to like let you know, like this is the conversation I had with a surgeon in Cleveland But the surgeon in Loma Linda told me like it's very high risk, and I have a more than like 30% chance of having like great complications. I think that's what he used. Uh, and he was the one that pushed me to Cleveland Clinic, and it's like I got a referral from him, and that wasn't good enough, so I had to get one from this surgeon that did my ileostomy here, and then there's this back and forth thing for months, and getting my hopes up, and then getting denied. Because apparently it can be done here, or there's somebody that can do it here, and it sucks because I don't even have a choice at this point. I'm just at the level of begging and hoping that anybody will try. And I don't want that, even though that's kind of, I guess that's the situation. Because it's hard to know that I have one shot, and like if that, like and like I want more exams under anesthesia because they can't do anything. There's too much pain. They can't do anything in their office. When they try to stick their fingers in me in each side, like it's just too much. I can't do it, and so they've had to do these exams under anesthesia, and so that's kind of where I'm at now. And I I I contacted that that surgeon here. It's not like a transgender surgeon. It's like a gynecologist or something, whatever you call it. She did my ileostomy. So I don't know what she does, but she sent her. I had them send the referral back over to this place in Vegas, and because they sent it on the 8th, but apparently the place didn't get it, and they got it today, I guess, and I should be hearing something from them next week. And I don't know how soon I'll get to talk to somebody. I'm really hoping that I don't have to go in because it's going to be absolutely traumatizing for me. I'm going to have to cancel the day. Yeah, that's where I have to take like all my anxiety medication basically right before I do this, and maybe then some more, to where I am so fucked up when I have to go there. Like I won't be able to do it by myself. I can't go into like this, transgender place, like specialty place, like and see other people, and it throws me into a psychosis. Like I will literally have to have Val probably sit in there and wait while I'm in the car. That, or I've thought about talking to them about this and seeing if I could come through the back door so I don't have to see anybody. There's not, it's crazy, like the the trauma that it has caused me. Like I can't even see other people because then I think about how they're not going to have these problems, or their life is fine and they're enjoying themselves, and I get some fucked up thoughts, man. Like I just want help. I'm tired of waiting. My youth has been wasted away. Oh, I have a lot to say. I have so much to say, but I can't, man. I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm so fucking angry, and I feel silenced. I feel silenced. I'm just like sad. I can't accept. I don't know what to think about this, dude. I need to take. This doesn't help. Like I just took a upper, and I knew this was gonna happen. So, but if not, I would have passed out on you, even without taking the downers. So I think I should just take another choco, because I'm not going to a very good place. I'm going into a loop. I can see it already. I know myself. You deal with this every day. It's a matter of when. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just like reading your comments and catching up. Sorry, just keep going on. Richard, it's been pointless. I'm telling you. Like I call bullshit from the start. You know, it's so hard to even convince Val for a while. And I didn't want to wear a mask, but she was believing it at first too. And yeah, you know, everybody makes a sacrifice at some point, but I just kept bitching about it. And it got to the point where anytime we needed to go somewhere, like if we're going out of state and I got to stop and use the restroom, they got the mask signs. And I'm like, I'm not doing this shit. I go into a psychosis because there's so many, what I see is idiots around me just putting it on. And I'd go in anyways without it, you know, like I did it for like, I think just a few times with her. I did it a few Ubers because I had to get places and I'm fucked up. I can't drive. And then it got to be where like I wouldn't do it anymore after like two rides, and the driver reported me and they wanted me to mask up or whatever, and I'm like fuck this, and I lost my business, whatever. But I can't handle it, and it's people love it. It's the newest fashion statement. It's social media and peer pressure and just idiots in charge that's led to this, I believe. It's just a distraction. You know, most people won't get it. They love their masks. Yeah. So it's it says a lot about people though. See people with their masks on, like, oh, it's like well over 100 degrees, and they're standing like 6 feet away from people and trying to have a conversation with them. And I'm just like, these guys are idiots. These guys are so fucking stupid, and they'll believe that it mutates until like you know the death of them. Their entire life, they're already completely gone. There's no human left in there. You know, that's just how it is with so many people. The ones driving in their cars with a mask, you know, and then they're texting at the same time. I see it. I see it. I don't get out that often. I see it, and it's like people don't question me anymore. You know, they don't like I don't. All the drivers and most people wear masks in the stores. It's not even required. And I'm like looking at everybody like they're all fucked up and crazy. I get that we have our own problems, but this thing has gone on for long enough. Even at like a couple of weeks, you know, at a month, I would think that most logical people would be losing their minds, you know. But I've come to realize that the majority of people are complete idiots and they'll believe anything. They're too caught up in social media and too worried about their friends or their family things, or they get broken down by them. They may be resistant at first, but I think, like I was saying in another stream, everybody has their point where they give in. And from what I understand, it's like about to start. It's starting like round two of mass, but only for employees, and people will just go along with it. You know, it's ruin it for the rest of us. So whatever. At least I have my seizure disorder that I can claim. I'd be like, fuck you. Like, I'm not putting it on. I'll see you. So yeah, I think it's a bad idea. There isn't COVID. Is that what that mental illness? Yeah, super contagious. Anyway, dude, maybe I don't want to talk about this. What the fuck? Man, uh huh. Don't forget that there's the new mandate. It's a national that you have to have a butt plug in at all times to keep you from losing your shit. Uh huh. Because we know that some people don't want to wear masks, so there's a butt plug mandate because too many people are losing their shit. So, in order to not get the rectal infection of COVID and all its mutations, and yeah, you gotta get your butt plug, yeah, the with a little Biden stamp on it. You gotta wear it at all times. Yeah, because even if you take it out for a second, like that COVID will slip in, it'll get you. Yeah, I think at the Democrat polling station, they're giving them out there. Oh my fucking weenie! Jump off a cliff bar with a pair of shoes. So much fun. I am spinning right round. You spin me. Woo! This is my whole day. Every day. It's just like this all day long. Just being dumb, trying not to think about the problems. And I think it's called dissociation because I'm this way even when you aren't watching. So there's not as much talking to myself and doing stupid shit, but that's all I do all day. I'm so fucked in the head over this. Like, yeah, it's hard to be positive. I like it's so quiet. All I hear is cicadas, and I normally just have music going all the time. So it's hard. It's hard to deal with your thoughts. I've heard something along those lines before about being alone with your thoughts, and it's not something I can handle. I don't like to admit that, but it's not. I don't think it's something I can handle. That's it. So I blast. I don't blast music. I jam. I make something of the time, but it's really wasting time. I think because I don't learn much. I find myself just playing any song that pops up, and I'm not learning anything. I know most of the common chords. I know a few of the not so common chords, but they're still all important. And I'm trying to learn scales, and so I instead of listening to music, I tried listening to and watching things about scales today and how to mix major and minor pentatonic scales. And I this is where I think my learning disability kicks in because I'm just like I don't get it, right? So I like to print off patterns and listen to songs and try to find the patterns and just learn the pattern. That's it. It's not really too melodic, but you know, I learned a little bit. For yeah, like example, like I spent more like I'm not even joking, dude. Like I spent more than 10 hours. It was probably closer to 12, somewhere between 10 and 12 hours, just sitting here playing that guitar behind me and listening to Dust in a Baggie by Billy Strings, uh, slowed down and trying to learn it. I marked on my calendar that today or yesterday was the first day that I start learning the hard version because the other ones I can do, pretty much at this point and it's not it's fun. I remember when I first heard it, I was like, man, like that's so funny and awesome. Like I want to learn that. And there's not that many songs that are like that. I guess there's a lot of songs, but that one really stuck with me. So I'm like, it's so funny. And it's like I think it's funny because that's kind of really my I don't know if it's like folk or bluegrass. I think it's more bluegrass, but that was kind of my first introduction to bluegrass music. And then I started listening to other bluegrass stuff. And then I came to this conclusion that, the song is funny because it's really just a collection of what bluegrass really is, all summed up into one song. It's just funny. And so, like, I'm trying to learn the hard part of it. It's just got a lot of hard parts I'm not used to. It's not chords, just a lot of individual notes. I guess I see it more as like a bunch of fill and stuff. A bunch of bending and pull off and weird, crazy shit. But uh, I'm looking at it and like when I slow it down, it's not that. I'm thinking like this isn't that difficult, but it's gonna take me a long time to learn. I can totally do this. And so I worked on that for like 10 to 12 hours yesterday until I was like, I need to eat. Like, I've been saying this to myself for like 6 hours now. I need to just eat. And I think I ate. I don't remember. I haven't practiced much today. I think a little bit. My fingers were sore this morning. Not that bad now. But recovered fast for playing for so long because I do it every day now. So interesting. I had no life. This is what you do. I'm like, I'm a stereotype. Totally. Yep. Anyways, in game is, I don't know. I don't want to drive myself into psychosis with that. But the thing is that I've read some books on psychology and they are using tricks to manipulate people. That's it. And not, I guess, I don't have a degree. I don't go to school for anything, but I read because I try to figure out what the fuck is wrong with me. How can I figure my situation out? How I'm better, deal with things. And it just sucks to be conned and like everything in life. You start reading and understanding about things that are like, I guess I wouldn't say that they're like secrets really, but things that most people don't know, and you see the world differently. You think about things differently, and I don't know everything, but I like learning. I like learning. I don't like being tricked. I think the biggest problem is with me and a lot of people is we trick ourselves. We fool ourselves, and it's not fun. I don't know if it's like to prevent us from getting hurt or because we want to believe in things, but you know, uh, we're really good at fooling ourselves with lots of things, and then being shocked when we know something that we thought, it's like we're really good at fooling ourselves, people, and that's it, I guess. I want to have hope, and I like carry of hope. Like one day is good or whatever, and then something will happen the next day, and I'm just like, this. Like, why do I do this to myself? I'm just not gonna have hope because, like I said, can you imagine like having hope for 4 years, like waking up every day and just like waiting and wondering if something's gonna happen today, and then or if all this over time is building up to something. It's like you can't hope, you can't dream, I can't plan, I can't dream, I can't do anything. Like anyways, like I'm getting into a loop. I guess I should take more chill pills. I don't want to, but this is what happens. I'm catching myself now, but it'll get worse because I'll just sit here and just, blah, 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 even without you guys. But it's, I don't know what to say. and distressed. I don't know what to do, and yeah, you guys are fun. Thank you for your patience. Um, yeah, it's interesting. My neck hurts. Mhm. Okay, we want to talk about great relationship. Uh, yeah, well, maybe turn off your television and probably just turn off YouTube and any notifications get to your phone. And I guess if people didn't have masks on, could you tell that there's this deadly virus that's wiping everybody out? That's so deadly that it's basically interrupted everything and we can't live without wearing a mask or getting a shot. Could you tell? Regardless of the mask. Say that you go out in public and you don't have nobody's told you that there is a highly contagious disease going around right now and you're going to die if you don't get a shot, and they're trying really hard to convince you to get it, and it's like nearly forcing you, like this isn't normal, like if people are dying all around you, you're going to want to get it on your own. You don't need anybody trying to convince you to get it. If there are people dying all around you, and this disease is a serious thing, you're gonna want to wear a mask. You're gonna wear a fucking hazmat suit. Like, come on, people, get serious. Like, use your fucking brain. Okay, come on. I was thinking like I'm not even like a high school graduate really, because I was talking to my mom last night or the day before. I don't know how it got on this, but it's about parenting, and then it got onto work, and I started working when I was 16, and that was my junior year, and I stopped going to school. Really, I did something called independent studies. I got a medical excuse for my attention deficit disorder, and I would get my homework on Mondays, and I'd work during the week, and I'd have my homework done usually first day, and for all classes, and then I'd work, and in between that, I would melody check with my grandmother. That's what I did, and then my senior year, it was pretty much the same thing. I went to school for 3 periods, and I had work experience, so that was it. I went to school for 3 periods and then I went to work. If I didn't have work, I go home. And I missed out on so much education. And it, in my head at the time, I felt like, oh, I'm so cool. I'm responsible. Nobody else is leaving school to go to work. People were asked, the teachers were using me as like an example of like asking me about like what it's like to have a job and stuff like that. And there's only one other person that ended up getting a job, and it's somebody in my class, and it was cool, to work with that person, but it was like nobody worked in school. But where I'm from, my dad, his thinking is that work is more important. It's the most, he would tell me growing up, working is the most important thing that you will ever do with your life. And it's fucked up, but I think it's true. I definitely believe that. So you better love what you do. But I missed out on education, you know, and I don't know what to say about that. Uh, because I guess it was like kind of my, I can't really say that I had a much of a say in it, because I had to have a job to live in my parents' house. That was the thing, even in high school. So I was gonna say, like, part of it was my fault, like, for missing the school, but I don't really think so. I had problems with depression in high school, and I was put on like some meds and a few different ones. It didn't work, but then they diagnosed me as ADD, and I started just. I was like I said, I've been a loner for so long, and then I'd go to school first thing in the morning before classes started. I'd go to all my teachers and get my homework, and then I don't know if I think it was due on Friday, and that's it. That's the only time I go in. I taught myself, and unfortunately, there's good and there's bad. So like work was so important, and that like I couldn't think, and it wasn't the same for my sister. She didn't have to the same standards. It's a double standard type thing, and she didn't have to get a job, and she was a 4.5 student, and I struggled to maintain a 2.0 until I got on my ADD meds, and then I went from a zero point 0.6 GPA, it's crazy, to 3.6 for the remaining 2 years. So every semester I had 3.6 GPA. I just missed one class. And it's probably math because I sucked so bad at math. I think I could do a little bit better now, but I did terrible back then. I'm just not like it's hard for me. Uh, um, yeah, I missed out on that. Like I just work, and then it didn't get me anywhere. I understand the importance of it. I feel like I got started too early. The same thing with like smoking pot is I was accused of doing drugs with my dad before I even knew what they were, and I got so angry that I became straight edge and or just disown people that did it in high school, friends or acquaintances. And I think that if I would have done it that time in my life, it probably wouldn't have turned into a problem when I was an adult. I think I would have gotten over it and just thought of it as something that you do with your friends, your loser friends when you're in high school. But yeah, I probably would have helped. I probably would have been way better. But anyways, uh, yeah, sometimes I think back, I'm like, man, like I don't. Oh, college now at this point doesn't make sense to me. I think that my mind is too corrupted from having a little bit of free thought, and I don't want to get molded into something that I don't want to be. There's, there's good in educating yourself, and there's also bad, and I miss out on a lot. I was telling mom that the other day. Like I really feel that I missed out on a lot of education uh, because work was more important. It was that or get kicked out of the house. So, and I don't know if I would have led to work or not. Who would have known? Uh, but I believe him. Yeah, I'm sure he would have done it because he did it to me like 3 or 4 times after after I graduated, and it's just weird, when you think about what your life was like or could be like, or but anyways, that's old stuff. So I'm sitting here all fucked up, and I don't know. I'm talking about my uneducation. I just wanted to let you know that I'm a little bit retarded, so give me a break. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if people are serious or if they're just fucking with me, man. And I just don't, I give up. I'm not playing. I don't have the energy. Like, I've changed a lot. I think. Maybe not, but I just, I'm so worn out that I can't handle everything. And I'm in like fuck it mode. When I was, I got out of rehab in 2011, and I immediately got a job. My parents said if they caught me doing drugs again, they'd kick me out and they'd never let me in again. And that lasted for like 7 months. But during that 7 months, like my checks were like, I don't say like monitored or like stolen, or so like I get my check from my I working at the collection agency for student loans. Yeah, you probably hate me. So I hated myself too, and I still do. But I get my check, and my mom would have to see it before I cashed it. And then once I cashed it, I have to give her the money. And then she would give me how much money that she thought that I would need to get through the week, right? And so what I would do is I would skimp out on putting gas in my car and it'd like run on fumes all the time. And over that 7 months, I built up what I called an emergency fuck it kit because I had like my emergency like first aid kit in the trunk of my car, but I was going to the smoke shop and buying spice and just like hiding it away in there for one day when I just the fuck it. That's why I call it the emergency fuck it kit because I expected one day that I knew you guys know how addiction is and it's hard. And I was like, I knew I just couldn't help myself. And she thought that she could control me, but when you're an addict, you'll always find a way to get high. I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. So I made it happen anyways. But the thing is that it doesn't matter because I've I was only fooling myself. I was only hurting myself. Just like the same thing with those drug tests that I passed while I was on Spice. And I'm like high as fuck. And the guy's like looking at my dick and I'm peeing in a little cup and my test coming back 6 hours later and everybody else is. And they're looking at me like they know something's wrong, but I'm just like, go on business like you can't touch me. And the thing is, like, I was only hurting myself and I was only fooling myself because they're all older people, like mostly in their mid 40s to I'd say like late 50s at that company. It's something that my mom helped start. And they knew my history of being a pothead. Before that, it's a long story. Before I even got hired there, so they knew I wasn't fooling anybody, but they were looking for any reason to get rid of me. They saw me as a liability, even though I was a good worker and I never had any accidents. So yeah, I get it now. I get it now. Um, After having those times smoking with my parents, it was just like I felt a lot of shame, and like disappointment. It's a complex subject. I'm like, man, like I'm such a loser. Like they're like hypocrites. My I was kicked out for this, and then I confronted my dad about it. He's like, I never kicked you out for that. And then my mom was saying, like, for the last 30 years, all she's heard is my dad bitching about how he can't wait until he retires so he can smoke weed. And I guess she told me that something along the lines of, well, if he's doing it, like I might as well do it too. She's like, I'm stressed out all the time. It's like, oh my god, my parents are potheads. Like this is crazy. Like it's not as fun as you think it would be. Like I'm sorry if they're watching. I don't think they're not interested in my life like that. They're like, it's so I think the word is like despondent. Like I don't know if that's the word, but I'm like I'm like, hey, look at me, like my life. I got problems and whatever. Like, please, like going through so much, and they're just like, sorry, not my problem. And it's like there's like we're family by blood, but at this point, I told my mom like it's like we're strangers. And then she called me saying something like, Yeah, when my dad said my dad was even harder. Like he said that something when you leave, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. And she's saying something about when you come to respect us, or like when you come to respect your parents, then he said to me, I think that's what her dad was saying to her. She's like, when you come to respect your parents, then you can like ask for a loan or something. And my mom was basically, I felt like she was saying, and I was like, Mom, like, I don't want money. Like, I started crying. I'm like, I don't want money. I want advice. I want somebody to talk to. And there's nobody there. There's nobody there. And I don't have anybody else I feel I can turn to. It's like, you know, so this is why I come across as crazy to people. There's so much going on in my life, and I try to ignore it. I just put on music and try to, I guess, envision it, remember it. I'm going crazy. I'm not going crazy. I've been crazy. I'm not really insane. I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out. I'm worn out. I'm edgy. I'm definitely edgy. But I don't run around with chainsaws or anything. You know. Yeah, I can't think of that. It's just like a typical like psychopathic thing that nobody does. But yeah, have logic and reason. Uh, I don't fight enough for myself. I've been trying to. So okay, okay. Yeah. Oh God. You know what's weird? It's like the people that can set me off these days. It's not the people that try. It's like the people that I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the people that try. I think that if I were to say something to them, it'd be like, you're gonna have to work harder than that if you're trying to offend me, because I'm pretty dead inside at this point. Yeah. So there's that. It's something like that. There's something about me that has changed since my had problems, my fall, that I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna put up with any of these bullshit. What do you mean? I'm about, I let myself go. I let myself go because it felt like nobody cared. And that's one thing that I'm gonna mention like here and there throughout my streams, that like I'm gonna get back to seeing people. I'm gonna get back to seeing people. There's gotta be some people that want to visit me, and I can use those donations to help fund this stuff. There's gotta be somebody. Because from when working when I did that escorting meeting stuff, um people into everything. you know I was telling I was telling somebody last night that I remember having some guy having to do an out call to like, I don't know where it was, some coast, areas, like not like Malibu or something. But he called me over there like 45 minutes from me. I Ubered, and just to give me a massage, like in the dark, and that's it. I take my clothes off. It was so awesome. And then he gave me $500, and I went home. There's people are into everything, and I'm so desperate that I'm I'm gonna do it again. That's it. There's gotta be somebody that wants to still meet me. It's still fun. I promise. Uh, I have to. I feel like I have to convince the world that I'm worth it. That's the thing. Like I'm kind of working on this thing where I'm gonna be making more videos and telling you guys everything. Basically, kind of like pleading my case, propositioning you to invest in me for the exams, under anesthesia and surgery if I'm able to. And I feel like I gotta prove to you that I'm worth it. Some days I feel like I am, and I feel really good. And I'm like, yes, like I've got all these ideas and I know I can get support. And then other days when numbers are thrown at me, I'm just like, I give up. I give up. Like that, like I have thought it's like so like the roller coaster, it's just like like it's like fucking crazy. It's like inclinator, more like, but at very fast speeds. Like it's not fun at all. So I don't know, it's like a free fall, like a bungee jump every day. You know, I don't like that. I don't like heights. But I'm all fucked up. I can't think straight. I call it disorganized. I'm still the same me, but I'm so frantic because of the desperation of my situation. I'm having hold on, like I get these brain waves, dude. Like I feel like this like the the pressure to the left side of my eye up. It kind of relieves the pressure of like this wave that's going to the left side of my head. Um, like I said, I have brain damage. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. It's it happens every day. Some days are better than the others. It's usually on the right side. Uh, yeah, it's over really pretty fast. But I'm convinced like one of these days is gonna kill me, whatever it is. So it's gonna enjoy it. Uh, fuck my shoulder. Ah, oh, this is on my soul. Shit, man. Oh, that's gonna take some work. Hold on, I gotta start a fire. Warm. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? I'll be right there, guys. I just gotta do the thing. You know. I really appreciate you hanging out, guys. It's nice to be back to streaming. I don't really regret being away because I needed the time to think. But miss you. I've learned how to deal with people that are being better. It was a lot. Mm, I found these pics. Somebody a while back, I think it was Ken. Oh shit, this thing's so high. I like it high. I need it high for this. I think it was Ken that got me like this, like 1,000 pack of guitar picks. And most of them, I'm sorry, but most of them were just bullshit. There's a bunch of like duplicates and triplicates or whatever. I don't know if that's the word, but a bunch of the same picks, and you're just not my liking. But this is one that was in there, and I don't know if something told me to pick it up one day because it's like almost like a jazz pick, it's like really small, and it says precision 1.2 millimeters, and then it says impact picks, and started using it for just like single note stuff because I usually play chords, and so I like something with a little more flexibility. But I noticed the benefits to having something smaller because I usually play with these. I've got like 100 of these, but I started using these when I decided that I want to try to learn like different. I've tried everything. I change things often, so I got how many picks that I use for different songs. I started using this one, which is kind of the same as this, but I have 5 different picks that I use. It's crazy, huh? It makes it sound completely different. It's hard to stay up all the time. Oh my god, dude, I'm telling you. Shit. I can't stay up late. I took my Adderall and that helped. It's like, dude, I couldn't function. Like that's why I've had so many problems in my life. Too, is because I've been off of that for a while. Like I was off of it for like 6 months. I always think I'm okay and that I can stop taking it because like I say, I don't want to take things if I don't have to. But I got back on it, and my life has been absolutely amazing. Like I'm getting my life back, and yeah, I'm just getting my life back. Now I'm on a good combination of things right now, but if I get triggered, if the wrong thing hits me, I have to really medicate. I don't like that. I don't think anybody should have to live like that. So, anyways, medical issues with my brain. You need that checked out. I have CBT. I have a neurologist, but I don't trust him. That's why I wrote that song. Uh, I went in because I had, dude, I don't even want to say it. I don't feel like I should talk about it, but you guys, some of you know the stuff that I've abused in the past. I think my good followers know. They just know. And after getting denied for my surgery last year, I went into like I guess like we would call it like a tailspin or a crisis or something, but I was just completely fucked up on the shit day and night. Like day and night, I was going through. It got to a point where I was going through. You're not gonna believe me because people always talk like, oh, I had like 12 beers and 6 shots last night, and so it's hard to find credibility because people are always trying to brag, but it's no bragging matter. But I got to a point where I was doing over 1,000 a day for. I'm not even joking. Like and if I stopped, I went into instant withdrawal, and I was having seizures, and I didn't even know it because they weren't that bad. Um, and it got to a point where I went into withdrawals because I couldn't get the stuff. You go into withdrawals instantly. It's not like when you're addicted to that. It's not like 24 hours later or anything. It's like within 5 minutes or so, vomiting nonstop. It got to the point I was just vomiting blood. Kept vomiting blood. Would not stop vomiting blood. Had to go to the ER, and they stabilized me. They treated me for overdose, and Val came over to make sure that I didn't do any more stupid shit because I can't help myself because my problem, this is going to kill me if I don't get fixed. I don't mean it as a threat. I just like, I don't know how to handle this, and I don't turn to the healthiest ways, but to her to help me get off it because I told her, I was like, I had to go to the ER last night. Like, can you just make sure I don't use? And so she come over, and I didn't use, and fell asleep. And next morning I woke up at like, and my ostomy bag was broken. I made a mess, and it's so embarrassing. Like, it happens sometimes if I sleep on my stomach. And this is what's led to my shoulder problems. And I've never had it happen with her here in bed with me. So it's like I was freaking out and embarrassed. And I remember just running to the bathroom and trying to clean myself up, and then running, not like running, but like frantically, like going into my bedroom looking for my medical supplies. And then that's all I remember. I remember waking up on the bed and I turning to the right and seeing blood on the bed. And I, my first thought was like, Val's gone. Like, what? And what happened? Is she okay? And then I started like, I think I started saying like Val, like, or something like, are you okay, or something like that. I was just concerned about her. I thought something happened to her, and then she came. She came running in and told me not to move, saying that I fell and hit my head and had a seizure. And I don't know what was. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? The next thing you know, it's like paramedics like everywhere in my house, and they took me to the hospital, and then they gave me a choice. They said because I had a seizure, I had another seizure at the hospital. Looking back, I've had some others. But anyways, they said that I could either stay uh, or I didn't have to, but if I left, they would suspend my license for 90 days. And I didn't want that. I knew I needed to stay, so I agreed. I said, okay, I'll stay. And so I stayed for 24 hours. They put me on some anti seizure medicine. And I think it was 24 hours. I don't know about that. And sorry, I have to tell myself, thinking, put me on the medication. They released me. And when they released me, they were telling me that my license is suspended for 90 days. And I pitched a fit because I felt tricked. But apparently, according to like medical laws, it's okay for them to do that to you, even though it's like coercion. Like I knew in that moment when they were giving me the option what they were saying. I knew what was going on, and I guess it's for everybody's sake, you know. But I was pretty upset about that because I felt tricked. And then I went to the neurologist for more tests, and he had a conversation with his lawyer that I didn't like, and that's why I wrote that song about getting all fucked up. Is